So basically what I'm going to do now is just give this a quick setup, add a couple final touches. I've got a thumb rest to add and also a Fender backplate as well to upgrade from this Squier one. So let's get those on and then it's on to the first gig of the tour later today. Oh my god, the show's absolutely exceeded all expectations. So to give some context to the clips you just saw if you weren't around in the UK mid-2010 sort of emo pop punk scene, I used to be in a band called Coast to Coast who broke up around sort of COVID times, as a lot of bands did, but that meant that we broke up without actually playing a final show or a final tour or anything. It just sort of like petered out. We released 3 final songs and then called it a day when the last one was released. So then 5 years pass and we all start talking and we're like, you know what, we never actually put a final stamp on this band. So then we started talking about doing some final shows and we ended up doing 3 final shows in the end. We did Leeds at the Key Club, Birmingham, which is our hometown, at the Asylum, and then we played Burn It Down Festival in Torquay as well, which was a great way to end it. We played it with our new band Cartoon Head a few years ago and the vibe there is just amazing. But yeah, in general the shows are amazing and the bass held out as well and it sounded amazing, so now I'm hyped to get it finished up. So I'll quit yapping about all that. Let's get on to the star of the show, the bass. I did take a spare bass with me just in case something went wrong, but it stayed in the case the whole time, so the Mustang's holding up as a reliable instrument already, so that's good to know. One thing that has happened which is a little bit weird, you can probably hear that. So on the A string, there's some buzz and I think it's being caused up here. The angle is really straight and it's not allowing this part of the string to hold any tension. So if I hold that down and play, it sounds fine. I don't know if changing the tuning peg is going to fix that, but it seems like the string's sitting too far up the current tuning peg. I'll put the new tuning peg on and then maybe wrap more of the string around so it sits lower down on the actual peg. I'm hoping that fixes that. My plan today is just to do some finishing touches playability wise. I'm going to change out the rest of these tuning pegs so they all match the better quality ones. And I want to finish up this pickguard as well because it's currently super sharp on the edges. Luckily I didn't catch it when I was playing on the tour because some of these edges could cause some damage. So yeah, I'm going to sand this down hopefully to a 45-degree angle to really show off the ply on the edge of this because it's the 3-ply. I really like when you can see the white, black and white layers from the top, so I'm going to try and get that sorted. And obviously, oh, I've got to show you this actually. A little sneak peek of the decals that arrived. They seem really good quality as well, so I've got to give, what was it, Davies Custom Water Slide Decals on eBay a shout out. It even came in this lovely little thank you card, so just a nice touch. He sent me some spares as well, so we've got some extra stuff to play around with. Look at this. We got the Fender Mustang decals right there. He also sent these Fender custom shop spares as well. On the Mustang you got the offset body sticker as well. So obviously I sanded the whole neck down, so I took every single decal off, so I'm really glad he sent some extra ones for me to sort of play about with placement wise. The last thing I want to do on this build is to put these decals on to officially brand it the Mustang. But there's a little sneak peek, they're looking really good. For right now I'm going to get on with changing out the rest of these tuning pegs so they will actually match up. Let's do it. So first thing we've got to do is get these strings off and then we can replace the tuners. So these are the ones that I'll be using. I got them off Amazon. As you saw in the last video, I really needed that Prime delivery and luckily my brother came through and got that sorted for me. I don't know why there's a drumstick here. So I ended up not being able to like research these and really pick the ones I wanted, but it turns out they feel much higher quality than these stock ones. Even with no strings on, I can feel there's a lot more sort of sturdiness to them. Like these ones feel a little bit janky and wobbly, whereas this is quite solid. It's got a much more Mustang sort of shape as well. I can't remember what these are called. What are they called? Again, with the desperate Googling. I think they're like the clover leaf style, but these look a lot more similar to that as well, so it's kind of been a win-win. But I will link the ones that I got. Here comes the sun. I think they were like £25 or something. If I wanted to get vintage ones of these, I'd be paying a lot more than that each tuning peg. So let's get the rest of these fitted anyway. Something that I didn't have time to explain on the last video, because literally I was installing on the day of the gig, is that the holes that are made for these are slightly too small for these new ones that I've ordered. So what I've got to do is take the sanding bit that I used on the cavity of this guitar in the last part and just basically make these holes a little bit bigger. So that's the next step. I've lost the little sort of bit that fits on to the end of these sanding bits, so I'm going to just try and make one by drilling another drill bit into this and hoping it works. So I've ended up using a screw as my drill bit, and I'm just hoping this is going to work now. Alright, let's give it a go. I've been looking for this piece everywhere, which is why I had to use my dodgy screw setup. And I just lifted up the base and it's sat right underneath it. It's testing me, man. It's testing me. Now that all the holes are the right size, we can actually start fitting these in. I absolutely love as well how they line up perfectly with just the one screw hole, and it's like in the exact same position and everything. It makes it so much easier than having to drill an extra hole. Not that that would be hard, but I feel like there won't be all these random holes left there, so it's just nice knowing it's just this one same hole. Oh my god, I've accidentally drilled another hole after saying all of that. Right, that should do it. Thank you so much for the comments on the last couple of parts as well. It's been so nice hearing about your mods and your plans to mod Broncos as well. So keep sharing it, man. It'll give me more ideas, and hopefully this gives you ideas, and it's just a back and forth. So let me know how your mods are going as well. There really are endless possibilities on this kind of build. So that's all of the tuning pegs completely upgraded, and they will actually match now, because for the gigs, this was the only one that was changed. So all of these were the old ones. But now, fully upgraded. That's feeling good. Before we put the strings back on though, I'm going to take the pickguard off and start sanding this edge down so it's a nice 45-degree angle. That's something I need to sort as well. Just sanding this part down so it actually sits flush with the control plane. I'm going to try and get this over the pickup, which is obviously now in place. Oh shit. Oh no. Oh, I've actually ended up putting the top layer off. Oh, it clicks back on. Hopefully that doesn't affect how it's going to sound. I've decided to be smart for once, which I know it's hard to believe on this channel. I'm going to use the offcut that we've got and just test what we can do with the edge, because I went to sand this and it didn't feel right. I felt like I was just going to ruin the whole thing, to be honest. I'm just scratching the pickguard at this point. But I've just done some research, and apparently rather than sanding, you can use a knife to cut the 45-degree angle around the edge. So I'm going to just test that out on this extra piece that we've got and see if it works. That wasn't good. I don't think that's it. Could it be though? Ooh, maybe it's more of a shaving off sort of thing rather than a cut. I actually think this might be the method. It is actually making the 3-ply visible on this side compared to this, so that might be the way forward. Obviously I'm gonna have to eyeball this. It's not gonna be an exact 45-degree angle all the way around, but it will add to the handmade sort of feel. I'm really nervous about this because this is the only pickguard that I actually have custom cut for this, and this could ruin everything. I guess let's just dive into it and just do it. This is actually going way better than I thought it was. So that's the edge, that's had nothing done to it. This is just the tape, this bit. And then that's the edge that I've been working on with this shaving away 45-degree angle method. So it's really working. I'm just gonna carry on with the rest now. All of the edges got down to this 45-degree angle. Again, it's not perfect, but it is mine, and that's what matters. Again, it's a little bit bumpy in places, but just looking straight on, it's doing the job, and it's looking how I imagined it, which I can't really ask for more than that, especially with limited tools. Now I get to do something that I've been waiting so long for, and that's take off this protective film. This is officially the big reveal. Oh my god, that's so satisfying. You gotta try and get it in like one smooth move. No, no. Oh my god, that felt so good. Look at how shiny this thing is now. Absolutely untouched. This is our pickguard ready to go. Let's put it onto the base. I'm so pumped. Let's go. I just realised I'm putting this on, but we need to repaint the whole body. We'll save the full put together of the base for after it's been painted. So I think that's going to be it for this part. This is the custom pickguard completely finished off. I can already see that just popping on the screen. Now we have this white line that goes all the way around the edge, and it's that nice 45-degree angle. And we also have fully upgraded tuners, all looking the same, all feeling super sturdy, and it's basically all ready to go playability wise. So thanks for watching. This has been quite a satisfying video for me because it's just been doing these finishing touches that have been on my mind recently. So let me know in the comments if you have any extra ideas that I can do to this, or if you've been working on one yourself. I'd love to hear about it, so let me know, and I'll see you in the next one. In the next part, I'm going to be figuring out how to paint the body of this. I've never actually done this to a guitar before, but I'm going to have to strip all the existing paint off, figure out how you prep it to paint it, and then I'm assuming varnish it or whatever that's called, or whatever process you go through after painting a guitar body.